Hello friends, I am Dr. Chintan Patel. I am proctologist, colorectal and general surgeon as well as bariatric and laparoscopic surgeon at Kiran Hospital, Surat. I will be talking about hemorrhoids issue, which is a common bleeding disorder in the anal canal. Many of our international friends and clients and patients who do not understand Hindi have requested to give some health tips and information in English language. So the purpose of this video is to give you some important health tips in English so that they can understand and it can be helpful in their treatment wherever they are located. So in this video we'll be talking about hemorrhoids, what are the reasons for hemorrhoids formation, what are the different types of hemorrhoids, okay, and then we'll be speaking about the treatment protocol, what is the non-surgical line of treatment, when is surgery required, if it is required then what are different types of surgery, what are the preventive measures, and finally question and answer session in the comment section below. If you like our video then please hit the like, share, subscribe button. Thank you. So the hemorrhoids word has originated from the Greek word which means hema meaning blood, and rus means flow of blood. So whenever there is flow of fresh red blood from the anal canal, it is likely that you may have hemorrhoids. It is very important to distinguish from other anorectal disorders like cancer, ulcerative colitis, diverticulosis, because the treatment of those disorders is different and these disorders can be life-threatening. So a mandatory checkup is very essential so that we can distinguish hemorrhoids from other anorectal disorders. So why me? Why I am suffering from hemorrhoids? This is a very common question which has been asked by many people in my OPD. So this is a very common disorder. It can happen to anyone. Many international celebrities, as we see in this slide, have suffered from hemorrhoids. Since the issue is not discussed properly and many people are embarrassed to talk or comment about this bleeding disorder, so they are not able to maintain a communication with their friends or family members, and that's why people try to search it online. And many times what happens, wrong information or wrong direction lands up the patient in trouble. So the purpose of our channel is to create awareness, clear your myths, and treatment based on facts and scientific research. So there is 40 to 70% lifetime chance of having hemorrhoids. So almost like 3 from 4 people will likely to have hemorrhoids in their lifetime. The most common age group is 45 to 65 years. 80 to 90% people will have tremendous or significant improvement in non-surgical treatment, and it is generally not dangerous or life-threatening if your diagnosis is proper. There are many theories proposed for the formation of hemorrhoids. However, the most common or accepted theory for the formation of hemorrhoids, or the scientific reason for the formation of hemorrhoids, is sliding anal cushion theory, which is nothing but age-related or weakening of the connective tissue or weakening of the Treats muscle in the anal canal, which leads to sliding of the anal cushions and which leads to enlargement and formation of hemorrhoids. So there are some factors which will lead to this weakening at a faster rate. So what are these factors? Most important factor is increasing age, obesity, pregnancy, constipation, diarrhea, or prolonged sitting in the toilet seat or straining while passing stools. So these are the most common reasons which will aggravate hemorrhoid formation. So what is the most common symptom? The most common symptom is asymptomatic, means you won't have any symptoms if the hemorrhoids are very small in size. Many people have it. If your hemorrhoids is bigger or sometimes the wall is thin, then the most common symptom will be bleeding. Fresh gush flow of blood or red blood in your stool is generally hemorrhoids. The other symptoms may be pain, swelling, prolapse of mass while passing motion, itching, or mucus discharge. These all symptoms can be present in a patient with hemorrhoids. So if you have these symptoms, then the first thing is that you have to go to a doctor for a checkup. We'll do a digital rectal examination with a finger. If your pain is very less, then he will proceed with proctoscopy, in which internal anal canal is examined with an anal scope or a proctoscope. And sometimes if the diagnosis is in doubt, or if your age is a little more on the higher side, then doctor may advise you colonoscopy, which will further exclude other anorectal disorders which I have discussed as previously in our previous slides. So what are the treatment options? Treatment options include non-surgical treatment as well as surgical treatment. 80 to 90% people will respond to non-surgical treatment, as I said. So non-surgical treatment will consist of high fiber diet, some temporary medicines, stool softeners, and ointments or local application, suppositories or creams. Surgical therapy will include rubber band ligation, sclerotherapy, but the recurrence rate is very high. Then there comes hemorrhoidectomy surgery, stapler gun surgery, laser surgery, DGR or Doppler guided hemorrhoidal artery ligation. So these are the surgical treatment options whenever the bleeding is more or the symptoms are more, or if you are not responding to medical line of treatment. So the most important crux of the treatment is non-surgical treatment, which is very effective in grade 2 and early grade 3 hemorrhoids. The local application consists of ointments and suppositories which gives you relief, and it depends upon your symptoms whether you are bleeding or pain, and depending on that we advise you some ointments and creams. Creams can be analgesic creams, anti-infective creams or hemorrhoidal creams. This depends upon your doctor to prescribe depending upon your findings and your symptoms. So we'll see how these ointments and creams work and how do they provide you relief. These ointments and creams will shrink the pile mass, will relieve you pain. Many ointments and creams have antimicrobial action and sometimes they may correct constipation as well. Ointments like lignocaine jelly as well as Pilex Fort ointment are supposed to be safe in pregnancy as mentioned in their literature. So stool softeners. This is the most important crux of hemorrhoids treatment. So for stool softeners or for correcting constipation, you can use isabgol husk, which is the most natural fiber. It can be used with water or milk. Lactulose based syrups, polyethylene glycol, which is currently the newest trend for correcting constipation, and paraffin based syrups or cremafin syrup, Dufalex syrup. These are all stool softeners or lactulose based syrups which will help you correct constipation and will provide you relief from bleeding in most cases. So the what are the medicines which are used in hemorrhoids? Medicines, but nothing like painkillers or NSAIDs like Voveran, diclofenac, tramadol based medicines which will give you relief from pain. Some local suppositories and flavonoids. Basically, flavonoids increases the microcirculation, decreases the stagnation of blood flow, and it is very helpful if your hemorrhoids are very painful, like grade 3 and grade 4 hemorrhoids. The most important health tip is to prevent constipation. So you have to take more of water, high fiber diet, reduce your weight if you are obese, avoid straining while using toilet, decrease use of mobile phones and newspaper while using toilet, and if you have any symptoms, early reporting to the doctor can help you treatment in early grade of hemorrhoids, which is generally non-surgical treatment. If you like the video, please hit the like, share, subscribe button. If any comments or questions, please hit in the comment section below. We would like to try and definitely answer you back if possible. Thanks. Have a good day. Best wishes for your hemorrhoids treatment.